As we go through the Legal Services Bill, one of the most important things to understand from a governance perspective is the structure. One important part of the structure is the Legal Services Board. The Legal Services Board consists of a judge, the Attorney General, a non-practicing attorney appointed by the Premier, and a non-practicing attorney appointed by the Leader of the Opposition. So that's 4 people. When we look at the appointments, we note that the Premier can appoint 1 person, the Leader of the Opposition can appoint 1 person. Each person is being appointed on the terms and conditions of the Premier and the terms and conditions of the Leader of the Opposition. So the first question becomes, do those appointees act in the best interest of the legal profession, or do they act in the best interest of the persons appointing them? When we consider that the parties to a lawsuit are the same parties that sit on the board, it's a serious concern for conflicts of interest, transparency, governance, and a fair trial. All of these things should be guaranteed to anyone raising a claim against the government or any other party. The next issue I want to address is the majority vote requirement for the board to make decisions. So there are 4 people who are currently proposed to be on the Legal Services Board. Decisions are made by majority vote. Since there are only 4 people, in the event that there's a tie, then the chairperson of the board has a second vote. Why is this important? Let's say 2 vote in one direction and 2 vote in the other direction. Whoever is the chair of that meeting will have a second vote. So we have a serious concern for conflicts of interest, transparency, and good governance. So where do we go from here? I suggest that the board members for the Legal Services Board be persons with no conflicts of interest or membership in the court system or membership in the government. The persons I suggest to be members of the Legal Services Board include a retired law professor, a member of the Anti-Fraud Commission, a member of the Standards and Public Life Commission, and perhaps the Auditor General, because the Auditor General is meant to be an independent party. The next thing I suggest about the number of board members is that it should not be an even number like 4 or 6 or 8, because that could result in a tie vote requiring for 1 person to have an additional vote. Instead of doing that, I propose to have an odd number like 5 or 7 members, so that we're always going to get a vote which is yes or no, rather than a situation where we have an equality of votes and 1 person is forced to exercise their additional vote. The last thing I suggest is that board meetings for the Legal Services Board be held on a quarterly basis. With that said, I'd still like to hear your thoughts and concerns about Legal Services Bill, in particular the structure of the Legal Services Board. So please leave your comments below.